Okay. Ignoring that. Hello. Hi. I'm not gonna spend too long trying to do a recap because we don't have time. So instead, the recap is episode 0. Um what is it the kids say? Cause I rewrote the thing. Girl, okay. Episode 0, Morgan said it's Morgan time, and then morged all over the place. And now we're at episode 1, so. Oh yes, I just loaded here, but... well... Does this... I think oh no, my charm is still here. But, okay. This was before I opened all the... Ah! Sorry. Okay. Yes. We have $36. Episode 1! Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna lollygag. We've got... Hello! Oh, you're right! The high roller mode! Oh my god. When your visual novels have a difficulty mode. In high roller mode, you're limited to 1 save slot, and you won't be able to reload your saves while inside the courtroom. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's... fine. Are you brave? Okay, if you think back to like... That's like your first... I don't save scum that much. Yes, I did it last time once, but like if you think back on episode 0, I think I only fumbled 1 question. The rest of it seemed pretty straightforward. I don't know. And I have only been using 1 save slot, so... Book saving and autosaves will be disabled as well, so remember to save regularly. I don't! Look! What? Okay. Sorry. The minimum ante for hands will be increased. The minimum and maximum penalties for answering incorrectly during trial gameplay will be increased. Oh. But the maximum ante will be increased as well, allowing you to earn the largest possible high score for credit in this episode. By completing this episode in high roller mode, we'll also unlock an exclusive phone charm that can't be earned any other way. See, that's also why I want to play the high roller modes. Ace Attorney is different. Also, Ace Attorney, I didn't save like before choices that often. Ace Attorney, I had a lot of saves because I had there was a lot of chapters, man. Anyway, you can turn high roller mode off at any time in settings, but in order to turn it back on, you would have to restart this episode. This episode contains time-sensitive choices. You can double their duration or disable them entirely in the settings. Oh, okay. This episode contains testimony segments. Objectionable words or clauses will become red when you prepare to call on them. Wait, no. Oh, sorry, I can't read. This episode contains testimony segments. Objectionable words or clauses will become red when you prepare to call on them. This additional hinting can be disabled in settings menu. You can adjust either of these features at any point without affecting your high roller status. High roller mode is intended to encourage risk-taking and discourage save scumming. Consider enabling it if you want to pursue this mystery like a true gambler. Standard. Save and load is often used for the perfectionist. High roll. Limited to 1 save slot. Loading is... Okay. I'm still gonna vote no for high roller. You're not allowed to download. Can you just tell me that I'm not allowed to double or turn? But I'm choosing high roller. It'll be fine. Welcome to the high roller tables. Enjoy the thrill. Buying is $1,000. Disable tutorials, you can turn it back on the settings. No, keep the tutorials. Hello! Listen, I wanted to thank you for coming over. Figures you notice. Anyone could tell something's bothering you. You're the first person to say anything. What happened? The police came to see me. In public? No, they wanted to be considerate of my privacy. That's a first. They wanted to talk to me about the other week. About my whereabouts and yours. I told them I didn't know anything. They must have loved that. Funny. What would you have done? In your shoes? Probably curse them out. Yeah, I could see that. Is there anything you want to ask me? No. Not even for a favor in return? No favors lost between friends, I say. That sounds like a toast. Why not? The friends. I'll raise a glass to that. Reminder to save. Oh. Hello. Young voice. Glass him.
Vandalism detected. Incident logged. Recorded at 8:55 a.m. local time. Geopositional data encoded. If I could have all citizens in the area.
Fuck off, Copper.
Visuals impaired. Facial recognition compromised. Pinging nearby opt-ins for corroborating evidence.
Hey, he's lining up every phone on the block. We need to go now, or what? He'll use his outdoor voice, or he'll have us pinned down to our dental records before you can say we're fucked. Morning, Officer Leo. You look different today. More robotic. More broken. Why do you do this every time? Also, I wrote down some things I had forgotten to mention at the end of the last stream. So, I forgot to I said, wow, you know, the structure reminds me a lot of Ace Attorney, but failed to elaborate more. The thing that really was like, oh man, that's so, because it's at the very end, where, oh my gosh, at the very end, where, Flat was like, hey, you know, like, do you have any evidence that she wasn't still mad at me, right? And then you have like the choice to present additional evidence. But like the thing is, Ace Attorney always does that. At the end of a case, they'll have like usually the defendant or a character that was majorly involved in the story be like, hey, you know, I feel bad about this thing, and then you'll have like, and then, you know, whoever you're playing as will be like, don't feel bad, here's evidence. Right? But it also makes me wonder, since even Morgan was like, that was so uncharacteristic of me. It's like, why did I do that? It makes me wonder if we keep making those choices as Morgan, if they'll affect her in any way. It's like there's an annoying voice in my head that keeps telling me to do the OOC things. Yeah. Right? Like, I framed it as kind of like a, like, what do you call it? Unnecessary. Unnecessary? Yeah. Okay. What else? Oh, right. And then another thing that I wanted to mention was, Um, they do this thing with Morgan's sprite where Morgan's eyes will like go completely blacked out. Versus like with right now, which is the regular red color, you know? And like I I don't know if I've got it completely correct. It could just be like a part of like an expression thing, but in my head I was like, oh, is this like a like a like a visual difference between sort of like her attitude as like a defense attorney versus as a criminal? I don't know. Shrug emoji. They did something. It's also in the profiles. But yeah, probably, right? They said something very similar in model employee with no, my profiles. What? They reset? No. Where are they? They did something very similar in model employee with Penny. Or wait, but her eyes. I think her eyes also went completely dark during like specific moments where she was more like androidy, more robotic, more computery. I think it's been a while. It's been 2 years. Oh my god. I'm gonna settle Morgan with unnecessary feelings. Man. Difference of her presentation. Yeah, right? Because, like, her eyes are usually blacked out when she's... Well, during, like, the close-ups, when she's... Close-ups. And then also when she's thinking to herself as well. So... Strokes chin. Anyway. Those are the two things I forgot to mention. But yeah. Okay. Close the notepad. Okay. Hi, Leo. ... You do something new with your uniform?
Good morning to you, Morgan. Good morning to you too, Morgan citizen. To answer your question, no, I have not undergone any recent retrofitting. If you'd like a more detailed record of my maintenance history, you can make a request for...
I've got it. Must be the new coat of paint.
You're referring to the act of vandalism that just took place.
Only the most recent one. Super Cop over here has a new dent every time I see him. Scars honorably earned in the line of duty, scanning the street for jaywalkers and loiterers. Leo's Brandon. Oh, law enforcement officer Leo. Oh.
Don't worry, ma'am.
Oh, you have a face.
A report has been filed, and the police are working to resolve the situation.
Civil disobedience at this time of the day? What's the world coming to?
They're just stragglers, ma'am. There was a period of unrest in the area last night. Unlicensed protesting and demonstrating without a permit.
Well, I hope you threw the book at them.
The disturbance was handled, but individual instances of may occur during the next 48 hours as we work to apprehend outside actors.
Thanks for the forecast. So, does the bleeding stop on its own?
Androids don't have blood, ma'am. This is just leakage of oxidizing fluid.
My mistake. So, you don't need a bandage, I take it.
The leakage will dry shortly.
With that conversation thoroughly exhausted, I let my mind wander as I wait for the signal to cross. I unfocus my eyes and dull my hearing, sinking beneath the hum of the city street. And fading through the lives bustling around me like so much sea foam. Across the way, a large man with worn hands and an ill-fitting belt turns to a gorilla-like hunk of a machine and cuffs his hands in front of his mouth. Yo, 61! The machine halts its lifting with uncanny precision and turns to him. We're going on break. The robot tilts his head to the side. I can't work the plier without screwing up on the roof, so... I don't know, take a load off, will you? I don't know who's talking. Understood, came the over-enunciated reply. The man, already walking away, tosses a dismissive wave behind him. Yeah, understood. A moment after the man turns the corner, the robot attempts to mimic the hand wave to no one in particular.
Goddamn coppers on every street corner.
At a bus stop, or what used to be a bus stop, now a charging station, a passionate young man voices his democratic opinion loud enough for the whole street to hear.
They declare martial law when I wasn't looking.
Oh, whoops. The small woman beside him, trying hard to appear even smaller, shifts in her seat.
Well, they're just doing their job, so. Bots don't have jobs, except the ones they stole from us. Notice how they don't patrol nearly so heavy in Uptown even on the worst days.
His audience, captive by virtue of sharing the same charging pole as him, shuffles, coughs, and stares even harder at their phones. The woman looks at her knees and pulls at her shirt.
You're kind of embarrassing me right now.
He makes a vague gesture with his hand to indicate he's stepped off his soapbox, and the shoulders of everyone around him relax a centimeter. Oh, now that's just... A woman with exhaustion in her eyes sighs at a hologram floating above her chrome-plated palm, while a rounded, smooth-looking android pushes a carriage behind her. Ellen, walk around the block, get her some air, would you? Apparently this call can't wait, and it's louder than a garbage disposal out here. Of course, ma'am, I'd be glad to. The android punctuates its sentence with a sound halfway between a whir and a purr, which, judging by the coos and giggles coming from the child, seems to have been well received. Robots, holograms, androids, drones, coppers if you prefer. Can't so much as sneeze in this city without a dozen different ads offering you a handkerchief. There's a vocal minority that think they're the downfall of civilization, but for everyone else... You're too kind, ma'am. Thank you for your concern. It's hard to hate them when they're so eager to please. Crosswalk's giving me the okay. Keep us safe, yeah? Have a good day, Morgan citizen. It's a bright, crisp morning in the city. Lights changing and people moving in click-clacking harmony, all smooth as clockwork. Were I in a worse mood, it would be a bit much. But I went out last night, so I'm feeling pretty refreshed this morning. Oh. Good job, Morgan, I guess. As I reach the other end of the street, I pivot lightly and give Automated Dependent Assistant Officer L30 my best impression of a salute. Yay, she had fun! I'm glad, you know, I'm glad that was stress relieving, therapeutic for you, Morgan. Thank you for your service. And of course, he creaks out a mirrored response. No sense of sarcasm? Oh, no sense of sarcasm, the poor bastards. But I didn't come all this way downtown to poke fun at the only happily employed class in human history. No, I came down here to make an important purchase. A little while, so yeah. Like to the sick girl. Today, I'm going to buy a gun. Of the level, episode 1. An idle mind. God.
Hello?
sub 20. Okay. I'm gonna check. Ah, Morgan. Body count, you cannot ask someone that. Oh, okay. So this... Oh no, it is slightly different. Likes trigonometry rooftop bonfires. Dislike sunbird baths karaoke. Exercises by swimming, hidden talent baking. And they listed criminal, comma, defense attorney. They kind of just combined it. Mods. Okay, I think these are all the same. Ads. Yeah. Hopper. A derogatory term for an automated dependent. I was gonna say, at least they aren't like, I thought they would call them like clankers or something. That's what people now are calling AI, aren't they? Clankers. I don't know. Even though they aren't like hardware. A derogatory word for automated dependents, particularly ones licensed by or operating under the authority of the state. Interested parties in the automated dependent industries have, on more than one occasion, lobbied for copper and other terms like it, clanker, chrome dome, microchip breath, to be classified as hate speech, arguing that anti-mechanical sentiment constitutes an expression of prejudice. Chrome dome for bald people is, I don't know, maybe. Were it considered a form of hate speech, incidents of destruction of corporate property, where such terms were used in prior communications, would qualify for additional severity and higher fines paid towards the damaged party. Under all but the most radical interpretations of hate speech law, however, prejudice can only be directed towards sentient living things, people, animals, or corporations. If you feel that a corporation you know has been a victim of a hate crime, you can report it at our confidential portal here. This always reminds me of my favorite Persona 4 quote where, Naoto, was it Naoto? Naoto goes, "I'm sorry, Teddy, only people have human rights." It's basically like being bald. I have not met a bald android yet, so... Unless you count, like, I don't know, fucking Detroit Become Human. Okay. No staff around, but all the lights are on. Should I have knocked? Oh.
Hello.
Sup. Desk personality setting 6. The cool one.
Let me know if I can help you with anything.
I've probably forgotten more about firearms than you're programmed to remember. I bet you can. I recently acquired a license to carry concealed.
Nice. Are you in law enforcement? Do you shoot for sport?
Business or pleasure?
Neither. May I ask why you're looking to carry concealed, ma'am?
My favorite Roomba. Oh, you know, assault with a deadly weapon, cruel intent, that kind of thing. Some of my clients live in very rough neighborhoods. Even in broad daylight, coming down to the lower wards for house visits can be...
I see. You're a lawyer.
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm in the market for self-defense.
We have a wide selection of options for self-defense in a variety of sizes and calibers, with spread and PA fire options available. My bad. PA stands for pseudo-automatic.
I know.
But for concealed, it'd have to at least be small enough to...
This would go a lot faster if I just tell the desk what I want. It's fine, I can be patient. Well, walking in here and asking for a very specific model gun is not behavior. I'm not trying to stand out. Some of the ones I test fired at the range left my shoulder sore for days. You have anything more discreet?
Right. No problem. Electromagnetic pulse models feature minimal kickback with the highest accuracy. One targeted pulse of electricity can disable attackers at medium to short range, non-lethally and quietly.
Sure, they're plenty quiet. They also have piss poor range, and even sustained fire won't do shit to any modder with insulation less than a few years old. Glorified tasers, barely suitable as party favors for anxiety-stricken college kids. Well, hopefully not too quiet. I'd want something to come running at to my, I want someone to come oh my god. I'd want someone to come running to my rescue.
Of course.
A tiny gun. That's what I'm imagining.
Would you like to take a look at our mag rails?
Bullseye.
We're proud to offer a number of models that utilize the latest in miniaturized ultra-capacity batteries to generate a Lorentz force which
slings a slug fast enough to miss a limb at over 30 meters. And it's safe?
Of course, ma'am. My bad. Two-factor safeties with GPS and emergency services sync. It won't go off unless you want it to, and someone will definitely come running.
All those convenient safety features make it incredibly easy for the police, or anyone who can dupe their toolset, to lock you out of your own gun with the flip of a switch. You couldn't walk a piece like that down a single uptown street without passing through 9 or 10 no-fire zones. They're the very worst, most useless kind of weapon a criminal could buy. Sounds perfect. How do we get started? Why does it feel like every desk I run into has to be such a character? Mercifully, it's tucked itself away while the fabricators get the gun tagged. I've got time to kill, so is there anything worth checking out around the shop? Is there? Examine. Hate these kind of screens. Gotta look at them with your nose turned up or else they start eye tracking. Next thing you know, they're saying hello on a first name basis. But I've got practice with this sort of thing. I can skim the headlines at least. Why the 12-6 work week gives us more free time than ever. I'm 14 and I tried dating a smart UI. It made me the happiest I've ever been. How term limits are anti-democracy. Woof. Transfusion from warm androids saves soldier's life. Saves soldier's life. Oh my god. That's one hell of a headline that you can't read. If the Animate 16 wasn't selling well before, I'm sure by now it's selling much better. Someone left a datapad out here. What's in the news today? Lobo threatens Tetra with ransomware. Vulgarity. The internationally wanted terrorist and serial data thief most commonly known as Lobo has seized a cache of vital keystone data files belonging to the Terra Metallics group, according to a press release from the mining conglomerate. I saw my parents for 30 minutes this week. Tetris okay. In a blitz of cross posts on 90 different socials, translated into all 11 dominant languages, the supposed hacktivist, radical conservationist, and gentleman thief made clear their intent to ransom said files back to their lawful owners at severe cost. Though the posts were quickly flagged and quarantined thanks to user reports, Lobo's latest manifesto, which we have declined to publish here on grounds of journalistic integrity and due to the strong language contained within, has remained in circulation thanks to loose network of rogue data harbors. In addition to a sizable monetary ransom, Lobo put out a list of demands that spanned pages. Most prominent among them was a call for the escalation of all conflicts surrounding rare earth metal deposits around the equator. Sources at Tetra refused to confirm or deny reports that Lobo's captured data impacted only their billing services, but insisted that the corporation could not in good faith resume distribution until the ransom situation was resolved. Market prices for rare earth metals surged following the hacking attack as supply halted and demand rose, stoked by memories of catastrophic supply chain disruption in the mid-21st century. A spokesperson for Mining is Progress, a lobbying group that represents the rare earth metal industry, called Lobo's repeated attacks acts of terror against the free market. Whoa there, looks like you're not logged in. Want to take care of that real quick? Okay. Rare earth metals. Okay. Lobo again, or someone using their name. Suppose it doesn't matter if they're the original or not, so long as they're a genuine threat. And no one can snare a corporation as rich as Tetra without serious skills. It does seem consistent with Lobo's politics, making demands for escalation. It's not the first time Lobos voiced their displeasure with the decades-old simmer of conflict around the tropics. But unless the rare earth metals powering all our batteries and fueling all our pretty little androids are suddenly made a lot less rare overnight, I doubt the state will stop taking an interest in those regions' politics anytime soon. Okay. Makes sense. It is... Oh no. Androids not sustainable technology? Say it ain't so. Yeesh, would it kill you to clean up a little? Guess the desk kindly asking customers not to litter can only get you so far if you're not willing to pay someone to sweep up. Wait, is this trash? This flyer, it's scannable? Stagnancy theory. Really? I get a lot of self-proclaimed philosophers in here. First perpetual wish. Stagnant world, modern man's plateau. Renowned net philosopher Corbin Cawthorne, real name withheld, offers to take you on a deep dive into the global trends and sociological patterns that have driven our planet to the halting point in his groundbreaking and controversial seminar. Moore's Law used to be the benchmark. Now it feels like a pipe dream. We used to dream of humanity marching bravely into space, of artisans crafting virtual wonders that made the confines of our own reality seem limited. Instead, our brightest minds spend all their time and effort kicking the can of climate crisis down the road, while their more fortunate peers spend their most productive working years in search of engine optimization and customer experience design. The middle class, eaten alive by the rich they prop up, can no longer afford the very products they help create. Without mass consumer demand, tech no longer has evolutionary pressures to be as small and powerful as possible. In stagnant waters, only parasites and disease grow aplenty. The only cure comes from you taking action. What was Moore's Law again? There's another link at the bottom, probably leading to a collection dish. Or a state honeypot if you want to be paranoid. They better burn this shit before some neat freak idiot picks it up and gets arrested. Huh. Anything else here? Hello? Oh. Something on the screen? There's some kind of news program playing on the screen. Most public places are too scared to put on any channel with content more political than the smiling micro apartment flippers. But this is a gun store after all. Power is always political. Wait, how long has it been? It didn't take them that long to get my gun properly bugged. Oh, okay. more or less the observation that technology will only get smaller and yet somehow more complex over time. Oh, okay. Thank you. Terms. Lobo. We tried to process your request, but Lobo beat our ass till we ragdolled. The big bad wolf was here. You are welcome for clearing out this cache of soy slop before it could clog your brain's arteries any further. To whatever dumbass dishwasher script kitty they yelled at to come fix this, a word of advice from your superior. I own that password suggestion algorithm. Want to re-secure? Try this. Relax your shoulders, stand up from your desk, take a deep breath, and then firebomb your own servers. Literally cheaper for you at this point. For the rest of you slack-jawed screen lobotomites looking for a little excitement in their search history, find a pig and rip their throat out. That'll teach you how to run with the wolf. Lobo is king! Okay, thanks. That answered none of my questions, and yet answered a lot of my questions. Water, not washer. Washer. Animate 16. The latest Android produced. Oh, this is the warm Android, right? Wait, this is now new, right? And we think it's the greatest machine the world has ever seen, boasting a battery life of over 154 hours with patented soft touch digitation, remarkable tenderness and sensitivity, and the uncanny charm you've come to expect from us. We're sure that your Animate 16 will be the best purchase you make this year, and you'll never want to go back out in the cold. Okay. Missed slang. For shoot, destroy, kill, especially against living things. A slang term meaning to shoot or to kill that originates from the bloody spray produced when a modern firearm's projectile makes contact with living tissue. Oh, it does that? A gun that size can miss a crowd from 100 meters, even if you weren't aiming. Any questions you could have had about Lobo can be seen in the screaming search file. Like, oh. Okay, these are the articles that... Okay. Shouldn't take them that long. Newscaster. I'm sorry, we've received a breaking news story. We're seeking confirmation, and yes, we have it confirmed. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics and famed designer of the Turing solution, Dr. David Asher, has passed. What the... What? Property Vantage Automated Dependent, a proprietary Vantage Automated Dependent Management System, along with the Animate series of androids. Must be some kind of corporate propaganda tactic, or... No, they wouldn't risk fake news, but why? Perhaps best known for his breakthroughs in the field of machine learning and language. Misinformation, maybe. Trying to... Authored many of the developments that allowed for Noble's rapid growth and market dominance. David Asher is dead. Oh. Including the popular Desk series of smart UIs. That's very sad. I didn't ask. Sorry, I just... Commands only. Understood. Will you be paying with cash or credit? Debit. Wasn't... the article from episode 0, I think they mentioned Asher. Was it Asher who was like, oh, in recent years he's become even more of a hermit and, like, no one has seen him for, like, quite some time. You really are homophobic! Shut up. ... What was that, July 1st? 9:41 a.m. Okay, so just after we left. The gun was light. Lighter than I expected. A real gun should always be heavy, greater than the sum of its parts. That's one of the things I like about them. Their weight. Like, they're anchoring the world around them. Like, they're a fixed point in time. Like everything else, it's just relative to them, neither closer or further to the end. I would have liked something heavier, during that walk back to my apartment. I would have liked to have something to feel far away from. Morgan's apartment. They did mention him. Yeah. It was in one of the pamphlet article things that I wrote. I didn't write. That I read. I had wondered because they were like, oh, he's like the main guy who created the ads, right? But like they haven't seen him for a while, and I was like, what if he's ascended to like he's like, combined himself into android technology? He became an android. I don't know, but or he's dead. The end was like, he's in the news again. Oh. The Hollow Farm. Okay. Okay. Wow, Morgan, your apartment is bigger than I thought. Didn't realize I was home until my hand was on the door. What is this? What am I doing? What am I doing? Fumbling in my pockets for my lighter. Golden, polished, tastefully ergonomic, and fine and expensive. And a good lighter. It was a good gift. I kept the card, didn't I? Here it is. To the only smoker in my life. I know gold's a bit much for your personal style, but they don't make a lot of these anymore. Believe it or not, the only other people who share your vice are stuffy old men with crossed out bad, expensive taste. Hope you can manage to get some use out of it anyway. Your friend, David. It's pretty heavy. Solution to deterring problem. Oh. Wow. The man himself. Okay. Oh wow, he's a universal donor. Blood type. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics. Likes street food, crowds, fishing, dislikes brain freeze, driving, lint. Eyeglasses. Custom designed by Fiyama. Shampoo, expensive. Sense of humor, unique. And they were all stars. Oh my god, I can't believe I even attempted to read. Spo lighter, fidget toys. At least it's not a pocket knife. The news might have more information by now. Or not. Looks like the net's full of copy-pasted statements from Noble, auto-edited montages, ill-fitting quotes, reactions to the news from every micro-celebrity under the sun. Their raw, authentic emotion brought to you live from... Their raw, authentic emotion brought to you live from all the car seats and bathroom mirrors of the world. But there's nothing about his death. Not even a time window. Did he die this morning? Was he found dead in his bed? Has he been dead for days while Noble's just been waiting for the right time to let it leak? Or did he die last night while I was out screwing around? A phone call. Better not be work-related. Not in the right mood. Oh.
Hello. Oh, Morgan, hey, thanks for picking up. So fast.
She's Jessica Starling. Who asked me to call her? Hi, Jess.
Listen, I need to...
I've already seen the news.
What? Oh, of course you have. Duh. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I just... with the company and their people and all the... What I mean is, if it were up to me, you would have been the first call I made.
For a decision like that to be up to David's assistant, about 1,000 other Noble employees above her on the ladder would have to get axed, but... It's alright, Jess. No one ever really knows what to do with with these kinds of things.
Still, I'm sorry you had to hear it from a stream, Chiron.
What difference does it make how the information gets to me? I could have stumbled upon his corpse myself, and it would feel mostly the same. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call anyway.
Yeah.
I want more information. She's the best source I'm going to get, maybe for weeks. What to ask at a time like this? I'm supposed to express my denial first, but she's probably short on time, and I don't feel like following the playbook to the letter right now. Can you tell me what happened?
The police, they think that he took something.
Suicide? The police are already involved.
They say it was some kind of poison or...
God. Nobles got a lot of weight to bludgeon the state with, especially in the city. I would think they'd keep the police at arm's length for at least a few days.
Listen, Morgan, I need to ask something of you.
Of course, Jess. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. A bit much, but she's grieving. This is just how people talk. And it's not like my day was really salvageable anyway.
I'd like to bring you up here, to David's place.
What do you mean?
There's something I have to give you.
You're not handling his will already, are you? The police are involved. It'll be a while before...
No, I'm sorry. It's not like that. Before he...
Oh, inhaler. No, please, don't hold back on my account.
David asked me to get this into your hands. It wasn't work-related, but he asked me. I know I'm asking a lot here, but since it turned out to be the last thing he ever asked me to do, I'd like to get it done.
I don't like showing up at crime scenes more often, or more quickly than strictly necessary. And that's when I only have to worry about the police. With Noble looming over all this, security will be doubled and scrutiny tripled. This is too risky. There's no logical reason to agree to her request. Swing by my place with a cab, yeah? Besides my own morbid curiosity.
Right, of course. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you. Wait, I almost forgot!
What is it?
You don't happen to have anything you could wear in black, do you?
Did I read that right? 10:11 a.m., July 1st, 2086. Oh, she's already expressed denial. Morgan. So you are a human. Okay. In transit. The auto cab hums a synthesized purr as our on-ramp merges into a canopy superhighway, steadily and suddenly all at once. That's true. Sorry. Oh, okay, I did read that right. Not much super about it, but it does cast one hell of a shadow. The canopies always felt very arts and crafts to me. Cobbled together, always added onto, never finished, never planned. It's clearly taken a lot of time and effort to make, but the end result's still ugly, and it feels like it could fall apart at any moment.
You okay, Morgan? You look a little carsick.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. But if I ignore her texts now, she'll just send more later. Oh, whomst. Damn, I'm really good at faking Currently texting with which? Hey, Freckles. Sorry, I'm totally basing this on this thing.
Saw your friend Asher on the news. R.I.P.
Thank you. For trying to be sincere.
Worth a shot.
We all have our strengths.
God damn, you're one passive-aggressive little girl. What's with all your filial piety? Why is all your filial piety go out the window whenever you talk to me?
Filial piety. I can't even say the words. It doesn't work on you. You love yourself too much to appreciate respect.
True, true. Went the train. See, Freckles, you can be very... See, Freckles, you can be very insightful. When you aren't too busy side-eyeing the whole world.
Wonder where I picked that up from.
Not from me. I'm pretty sure you were born muttering insults under your breath. The nurses tried to make you cry, and you responded by giving them self-esteem issues.
Did you ever have dealings with Noble?
10 out of 10 shift in the convo. Subtle as a car crash.
Subtlety doesn't work on you either.
Well, it might. If you were good at it, XD.
This is me asking you for advice.
Okay. I guess this never sunk in. As you spent most of your apprenticeship asleep. But my clients were all celebs. Rich and famous. I didn't have that many dealings with the
Megs?
that owned their likeness.
Is it really that different?
Plenty. Celebs don't like people seeing their dirty side. So they pay smart people like me to clean up their messes. But Megs don't like people seeing them at all, period. And also, Megs are a lot more lively when it comes to what? To fucking.
Gross.
Hard workers with a lot of stress to vent.
Stop. Sound like SpongeBob. Do you have any actual help to offer?
Truth be told, I did have this one run-in where I got what is this? Where I got balls deep into corporate intrigue.
Why?
Because I got blanked up the blank of Anna Live's 45 poster girl.
God damn it.
Hard worker. A lot of stress to vent.
I'm so sorry. Glad to know I can always reach out to you in my time of need.
I'm gonna let that slide, because I know you're in mourning. Look. Corporate types are all a bunch of paranoid drug addicts. Huffing glue and playing roulette on their phones. While fantasizing about stabbing everyone else in the meeting to death. So, don't expect them to play nice just because Asher was your pal. My actual advice is get whatever you're owed. And get out of there fast as fuck, boy!
That's a beautiful thought, auntie.
I mean it. Corporations prefer Viking funerals.
What's a Viking funeral?
A dignified ceremony where the body is sent out to sea on a boat. Then, they set everything on fire and sink the ashes to the bottom of the ocean. Try not to linger, Freckles. You don't want to be stuck on board when they start knocking their arrows.
Thanks. But what the hell was that about me sleeping on the job? I worked harder in one day than any of you Gen Alpha drunks did all week.
Should've worked smarter, lol. And if you want to go there, you did literally fall asleep on the job at the Xmas party.
No! What is that? What is that? Why do you have that? Why do you have that? It's not even accurate. I like all the sweet dreams text is like the sparkly pea crew. It's not even accurate. No, not pea crew. Oh my god, I said it wrong. Picnics. That's what it is.
Work parties are still work, Freckles.
I only had my eyes closed. Because all you old farts had your cameras flash on.
Morgan, something wrong. You're sweating.
It's a gift text, yeah. It would have been worth it if it said like it was the hot pink sparkly baby girl. Pics when she was young. Just deleting some spam. We've got a couple more minutes of crawling through the canopy's guts before we reach David's part of the city. Uptown, our better half. Gleaming opera houses and towering corporate apartments. Boutique shops with more cameras than customers. Penthouses stacked upon penthouses. And a frantic climb to the top of the rat pile. All ringed in by restaurants with long wait times and small serving sizes. The joke is that uptown folks go most of the year without touching street level. Not much of a punchline there, it's basically true. By now, his whole block must be swarmed with cops, themselves surrounded by media, and all encircled by onlookers. I could try to enjoy these last few moments of calm, but if the storm's coming either way, I'd rather use this time to try and find my footing. Wrong. False. Are there any phone things that I... Oh! Jessica Starling. June 24th, night 176. Wait. Occupation. Executive assistant at Noble Electronics. Likes dancing, buying shoes, reselling shoes. Dislikes hangovers, soft mattresses. Machismo? Charm point her earnest smile. Relaxes by bar hopping in the lower wards. The best at reading the stock market. Victoria Masters. Machismo? Date of birth, July 7th. Night, 166. Wait, depends on the time of day, question marks. Okay. Occupation, lawyer to the rich and famous. Semi-retired. Likes handsome men, pretty women, expensive liquor. So true. Dislikes clingy people, prudish people, flying commercial. Jewelry, 24 karat. Age, difficult to verify. Smokes, cigars, Death 13. Cigarettes, and other adult stuff. It's like real bad masculine egotism. Oh, I see. David Asher. The edits. David Asher was a renowned computer scientist. Was this the same as the article or the thing from first part? Except it's just he retained the original patent on the two research for the rest of his life. Okay, yeah. Alright. Okay. Oh. Actually, Jess, if you've got a second, I was curious about... assuming I can do all of these, right? What a great time to use my single save file. You and David. Remind me, how many years did you and David work together?
Oh, well, I started with the company about 4 years ago. They offered me a temp contract when I was graduating. I was put in HR right in the middle of a hiring burst, so I spent 2 months in the Warrens. Then, an aptitude test got me fast-tracked to mid-low management.
Sorry, Warrens?
Oh, that's just what we called the company dorms back then, on account of all the people. Plus, it was underground. Didn't see the sun that first month. My skin got so dry.
Is that normal in your industry?
Normal for everyone I've ever worked with. Except David, of course. But I mean, he was the best.
Yeah.
One Tuesday morning, Dr. David Asher walked right up to my desk like I had won the lotto. Said I should come work for him. Dr. David Asher, directly. On a random Tuesday morning, like it was nothing.
He didn't like to do things on Mondays. Said people were always too tired to get anything done anyway.
Yeah, that's right. He did say that. I should know by now, right? 3 years of arranging meetings and keeping him organized and occasionally straightening his tie. He was a good boss.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
When did you last speak with him?
In person? Thursday. Thursday afternoon.
The day before yesterday.
He seemed normal. I mean, I didn't...
We still don't really know anything, Jess.
You're right. Thanks. Thursday's the last time I saw him. That was when he asked me to meet with you.
Oh. Other else did disappear when hovered over. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just paranoid. Can a girl not be anxious? David's death. I'm guessing you've already been to his place.
Yeah, it's a real mess over there.
It's that bloody?
Oh god, no, not that kind of mess. I just mean with the cops stacked on the media, stacked on the lawyers. Each of them with their own network of drones and all their droning. It's very, It's very high productivity. It's a very high productivity atmosphere, is what I mean.
When were you able to get over there?
Well, I got a call from legal late last night. They weren't exactly delicate in breaking the news to me.
Well, last night?
They said they needed my help sorting through all his... Well, you know, how he left things organized sometimes.
He's been dead since last night, and they've kept it under wraps that long? I know there are a lot of powerful people in his circles, but to stop it from leaking for over 12 hours... That seems like more than just your typical powerful people trying to control a narrative. Seems more like there's something they're actively trying to suppress. So, you found out last night?
Right, last night. Oh god. I'm so sorry. I should have told you as soon as I found out.
Really, it's alright. Did you see anything?
No, I still haven't actually seen him at all. He was airlifted to the hospital ASAP. That's where he passed, so... But, well, I didn't get the impression that the cops had been there that long. Not compared to the lawyers. They and the rest of the company people seemed pretty entrenched.
Noble set up camp before the police even arrived. So, what time would that have been?
I guess I got there around 9 p.m.? Yeah, because at 9:15 they switched my phone to silo mode and I got locked out of everything but my work stuff. Sent my last blah at 9:13, see? Gonna expire whoever put me in heels this morning. It me.
They can do that to your phone? Lock you out of social media?
Of course not. Well, unless I'm on the clock, or off the clock, but on company property. Then they can remote all my tech. Yeah.
Convenient.
So if I got in at 9 p.m., guess the rest of the company people had been there since 8:30 p.m. I hadn't seen I hadn't been there more than a few minutes before the mood changed. Word about the hospital declaring him dead had started to leak.
I see. He died after he reached the hospital. That's unexpected. It's 2086. You might be in trouble if you get stuck in bureaucratic purgatory when you need to be in the emergency room, but other than that, if you reach the hospital alive, a good doctor can stabilize most any patient within a few moments. And Mobile Electronics' lead programmer would have a very good doctor. So, what the hell happened? Is she mistaken? Was he just not officially declared dead until reaching the hospital for some reason? Or...
Hard to think about, I know.
yeah. Or hard to believe. We're all blinded by attractive characters. The curse. Jess, I have to wonder, what kind of request did David make of you that it couldn't wait a few days?
Right, of course. He asked me to give you something.
Something? She trying to build suspense?
Right, it's just, well, I don't know exactly what it is.
You have no idea?
He asked me to give you contents of his safe.
Are we headed to the bank then?
No, see, he has this private safe in his basement. Maybe you've seen it? Well, I say safe, but it might be more accurate to call it a storage locker or a false wall.
And all he told you was that he wanted me to have what's inside?
Right. He was very clear about that part. Your eyes only, straight into your hands. Oh, your eyes only, straight into your hands. Handle it in person, he said.
Strange. This is all pretty analog for someone as technically gifted as David. Coming from anyone else, I'd call it paranoid. But David was never paranoid. Even when he had every right to be. If he wanted this handled a certain way, it must be for a good reason. A blessing. Ours. I saw that headline, by the way. The one where your warm android saved that soldier's life.
Oh, yeah, pretty feel good, don't you think?
So the folks at the company must have been in high spirits lately, I take it.
That's what I thought when I first heard about it, but I don't know. Maybe upper management's never happy? Because they're still just writing sales harder than ever, pushing the traditional consumer markets. I thought they'd start building a pitch for Congress the day the story dropped. A big patriotic campaign telling everyone why we need a contract for warm androids in the military. But I haven't heard about them moving staff around for anything like that. Maybe it's all above my pay grade.
All the corporate power and money in the world. They're still such joyless assholes that they won't even celebrate their victories. So, David asked you to do this on Thursday, correct?
Yeah, Thursday.
And he passed last night, Friday.
Yeah. Wait, you don't think that when we met, he had already decided?
It's not healthy to speculate on that sort of thing. More importantly, it's not helpful. The dead don't have anything to offer the living. I should know.
You're probably right. Besides, we'll need to focus. Judging by the size of the crowd I'm looking at, it looks like we're about to jump into the thick of it.
Oh boy. 10:34 a.m., July 1st, 2086. Noble Employee Housing Building. Latia. Latia. Lobby.
I thought there were a lot more police here before. Maybe it's too late to ask, but you're not bad with crowds, are you, Morgan?
She's kidding, right? I'm downright airy. It's downright airy in here compared to what we just waded through. Wide eyes and clenched fists. Heads peeking over shoulders and round signs. Police, both mechanical and warm-blooded, posing ranks with holograms and quick-set wires to draw a severe perimeter. While protesters, mourners, fanatics, and busybodies shuffle about at the edges of the police line, the heat of their panicked anxiety washing over. What the hell were all those people?
Well, they've always been people with strong feelings about our products.
Android stepped forward into the mob gently, firmly, unfeelingly parting the human tide. Most of them with official police branding, but a few remotely deputized consumer models emerged from the crowd to join them. All of them built by Noble. All of them built from his code. All of them standing in vigil outside his tomb. This is all technically company property, isn't it? Turns out he just left a note that said, "You still owe me $20."
Yep, David had the penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are Noble employees too.
Not an uncommon arrangement in Uptown. Work at Noble, run from Noble. Wave hello to your Noble neighbor in the morning, and make sure to request a spot in line at the official company crematorium. They don't actually do that last part, I think. Does Noble handle employee funerary arrangements?
Yeah, it's a pretty standard benefit, actually. It's cheap for them compared to dental. But Noble's always been generous with benefits. Work hard, and the company will have you set for life.
And after. Both the state and Noble have gotten themselves entrenched here in the lobby. Security and damage control and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be working. I'm feeling a little overstimulated. Any chance we can just skip all these checkpoints?
No, absolutely not.
So, who do we need permission from? The cops or the company?
My request went through, so we should have the go-ahead from both at this point. We won't need to go near the actual, Is it still called a crime scene if it's not technically a crime?
I don't want to think about how many suits Noble's paying to debate that question right this very instant. David's vault is in the penthouse's basement, but we can't get to it from these ground floor elevators. We'll have to ride straight up to the rooftop veranda, walk in his front door, and then head down. If Jess says we can do all that without stumbling across where he died, then...
Okay, so if we just flash my ID card at any problem that comes up...
Including him? Oh. Hello again. Session Barnes and Noble. Wow. Crazy to see you here, London. Okay. Hey, ladies, look. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're out of capacity at the moment. Let anyone else buy, and we won't be able to maintain. You're that lawyer, Morgan. You caught me, detective. How long's it been? Feels like it's been ages. Oh dear. Not still bitter about our last encounter, I hope. I'll live. I don't see the spunky one around. She's taking... Oh shit, I can't read. She taking a mental health day to preserve that unflappable charm? Detective Reyes is around. Why? You miss her that bad? I've had blind pimples that were more endearing.
You two know each other?
Jess Starling, meet homicide detective, Cassim London. It's a pleasure, miss.
Oh, likewise.
As... fuck me. As you might have guessed, the detective and I are acquainted. Comes with the line of work. Morgan's being honest, sweetheart. We're practically blood.
Oh, wow, me, sweetheart.
Something wrong, Starling?
Oh, no, nothing's wrong.
I'm dying. I'm dying for multiple reasons, but also... Question marks? But close as we are, I still can't just let her walk in off the street and onto the scene of an ongoing investigation. Even Noble's lawyers have to play the rules. Even Noble's lawyers have to play by the rules today. 3 question mark, truly befuddled, yet no text, just punctuation. Play by the rules, so there is a game afoot. What makes you assume I'm here in a professional capacity? You're a criminal defense attorney and we're at a crime scene. Call it an old man's intuition. Good detectives don't rely on intuition, though, do they? They rely on evidence. Oh, well, I don't rely on it. Don't worry. I just need to lean on it every now and then when my back acts up. When my act backs up.
Oh, cool.
Guy gets a bit of gray in his hair and thinks it's a free pass to act like a goddamn cowboy. Well, I'm afraid your intuition is off this morning, detective. I'm here on a private matter. The deceased wasn't your client. No, that would have been a conflict of interest. Conflict of you two know each other. I see. In that case, allow me to give you my condolences. Thank you. But what I could really use is a bit of your help. You sure rally fast. Yes?
Right. We have this clearance here, detective, sir, from legal, which allows us...
That's alright, little lady. I trust you. You can leave the paperwork holstered for now.
Little lady.
We aren't here for David, really, and we won't be setting foot anywhere near your staging area, detective. Alright, why not? How generous. I can afford to be generous today, because if I screw up... He gestures to the lobby full of suits and cops. Plenty of folks at hand, ready to pick up the slack. Well, if you're that at ease, perhaps I can take this time to ask you a few questions. Hey, you can always ask that, Tiger. But I think you understand what I mean when I say whether or not I can answer is not entirely up to me. Now, why do you look like shit? You're looking a bit haggard. How long have you been here anyway? Since this morning. But civilized folks don't call it morning when the streetlights are still on. Even if he got here around 1 or 2 in the morning, that still means homicide wasn't brought in until hours after Noble had to lay off the land. Sounds like you could use a break. I could use a retirement package. Hey, you're a lawyer, right? According to all my business cards. Think I could sue for elder abuse? Not that kind of lawyer, sorry. You would lose, though. I already regret asking. Why have they got a homicide detective losing sleep over this anyway? The man is dead, and he wasn't killed by a fire, a vehicle, organized criminals, or disinformation. As far as we know. So, at the moment, homicide's technically not the worst fit. But we're bleeding in name only. A high-profile death like this, everyone's got an eye on us. And a hand placed firmly on the back of our neck. Investigation. I've been checking my phone, but the only thing that news seems to agree on is that David passed away. Sorry, but if you're asking for details...
No, thank you.
For not... Oh, no, thank you. Sorry, I can't read. For not letting them make this into a parade. Yet. We do our best to respect the privacy of anyone involved in an ongoing investigation. He declined to say victim. Detective, Dr. Asher was a close friend of mine for many years.
Yeah, he trusted Morgan more than anyone.
Can you tell me if he killed himself? It looks like that's the case. I see. Thank you for telling me that.
Dr. Ash.
Yeah, you're, well, sorry. Another round of guarded words. David was an important man, and it has only been a few hours. But all this tiptoeing gives me the feeling that whatever happened to David, it wasn't cut and dry. Cooperating. You boys and Noble all getting along with each other? Sharing your toys? Some of the younger ones are bristling, but I always play well with others, Counselor. And how well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to building security. They've given us... Wait, was that me? Oh no, that was Morgan, sorry. And how well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to building security. They've given us access, and they say it's full. Some big penumbra system, top of the line coverage, top to bottom of the building. The size of the data stream's torrential. It'll be a while before we can start making sense of it all. A more conspiratorial man might think that was intentional. Bury us in data and hope we're too swamped to find whatever they're trying to hide? Maybe.
Wait, they gave you full access to the penumbra? But that means every android in the building is feeding you their full spectrum.
You know your stuff. The penumbra pulls data from any androids connected to a building's net. That's not much help since there weren't any androids in the penthouse.
Right.
You know, I had heard the rumors. Never put much stock in them, but it's true. Asher never really owned a single android.
Never.
Well, I suppose I might do the same, if I was a genius who programmed them all. Every time they opened their mouths, it'd just be its own lip surface refracted 1,000 times over, echoing back at him from behind a mask he carved.
So that means all you'll have to investigate with are the penthouse's security cameras.
Yeah, that should be more than enough to wrap up a case like this. In a good way, I mean. We're very much on the top of this, ladies. David was one of the biggest names in tech. He was the face of Noble Electronics. Uh-huh. One could argue androids are only as common as they are today because of his contributions to the field. Some people felt that way, sure. So, do you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that? Remind me, which one of us is a detective again? You really won't let me pick your brain? You already know the answer. Yes, ads are controversial. Androids especially.
We at Noble are aware that our products are sometimes the subject of heated debate, but...
No need to quote the handbook at us, miss. Truth be told, I've never really understood the hate. It's not that complicated, is it? How many people have lost a job to an ad at least once in their career? Every last one of them has lost their jobs because their bosses, their flesh and blood bosses, fired them. Ads are just a symptom. Scratch that. Ads are just a product. Getting mad at them is pointless. And vandalizing them is less than pointless, because, unlike us, they're all insured.
And besides, Android production has surged over the last decade to become one of the nation's biggest exports.
True. Nice to have at least one thing we can make in this country.
That's right. Noble only outsources the production of a small handful of internal components. Every other part of the manufacturing process is probably done right here at home.
I somehow doubt everyone considers the specifics of Noble's supply chain to be a point of national pride. But you don't need a political science degree to see how much the state values Noble's contributions to the national economy. Alright. Now listen, I don't mind being helpful, and I am trying to be sensitive here. But we really do have a lot on our hands at the moment. So I'm gonna have to ask you to be discreet, and ideally, fast.
Oh, our business is just in the basement. David's basement.
But the penthouse is on the top floor, the roof, so its basement would be second to last floor, if you want to be technical, detective. The point is,
we don't need to go into the kitchen or the parlor. We'll go straight back to his workshop and then head downstairs.
The kitchen and the parlor. I understand. But all the same, I'd like to escort you two ladies there myself. Wow, an escort, like royalty. Isn't he a gentleman?
Huh? Yes, he's...
Lead the way, detective. I wish I had London's coat. No, the fuzzy collar makes me think of... Never mind. I was gonna say Nagito Kameda, but then I remembered that Nagito Kameda doesn't have a fuzzy collar. So it must be someone else in my head, but I don't know who. True to his word... Oh fuck, I need a cough. I love vocal fry. True to his word, London ushered us past the chattering suits and humming drones, through the checkpoints and into the elevator. I was also thinking you're gonna say noise. God damn it. I don't like this reputation. I don't like this. Okay. As I climbed into the sky, we got a good look at the growing throng of people gathered outside, and its shifting makeup. Seems it's mostly protesters now, or worse, brand loyalists. Idiots led around by the nose their whole life, following the musk of whatever trend is laid out before them each morning. The day's trail having them led here, for half reasons they couldn't put into words even if their lives depended on it. They're like insects. Thanks, Morgan. And they look like them from up here. They're probably already preparing their spin. The misunderstood... Sorry. The Misunderstood Genius of Dr. David Asher. A video essay in 5 parts. Part 1. Like, so technology began when the first computer and it's like 9 hours long. Why the company insisted on cultivating such a following for him, I've never understood. They could have easily pinned his achievements on someone more marketable. Some random photogenic employee or a fashion model with glasses. David wouldn't have minded. He never wanted the attention, the chaos. Maybe it's as simple as bad luck. He just happened to have the right look for the part. A man buried in his work, with his eyes fixed ahead. That was not a sneeze, that was just a cough. The decoy pre-reveal Harper had a Kamina-shaped coat. No. What was the coat, like, pixelated at the bottom? 10:32 a.m., July 1st, 2086. Bless you. Oh, really? Oh my god. Notable employee housing building, Platia.
Penthouse.
Uh, shit. Hang on. Let me be loud for a sec. I don't know why my voice is fucked like that. uh, this is what? His laboratory?
His shop, he called it.
Oh, down to earth.
It's messy in here.
David was always disorganized. Why a programmer needed to make such a mess just to run tests on computers, I'll never... But sloppy as he could be, he didn't like it when other people saw it. If he was leaving things like this, he must not have entertained any guests down here in some time. Thank you for all your help, Detective London. Don't mention... oh my god, I can't... Don't mention it. Your voice sounded different there. Are you okay? I need water. Or less water. I don't know. What? You want me to step out? We won't take long. Not lacking for boldness, are you? Look, I have to take a phone call. Wow, perfect timing.
We'll be in and out as soon as possible. Promise. And whatever Dr. Ash wanted
set aside for his foundation, we'll be sure to flag it. Right. At least she's already wearing gloves. Need a cigarette. If we find a dead body, you'll be our first call.
Morgan, what was that stuff about his foundation? Dr. Ash's charity has always been managed by an outside group.
You haven't spent a lot of time around crime scenes, have you?
Actually, this is my first.
Well, generally speaking, it's not really common to retrieve things from the premises while cops are still searching them.
Oh. Oh!
Look, if David had something to give me, we can go get it. We just can't make a ton of noise about it, understand?
Of course.
Great. After you.
Right. Mine is a church house.
Oh, okay. If it's not pixelated phone, if it has like numbers on the back, that's also very comedic. Why are we what? Okay. No, I don't want to say naughty code comedic ever. The phrase is quiet as a church mouse, but quiet as a church house.
Calm myself. I'm okay. I'm okay.
But now doesn't seem like the time to correct her. Oh wow. Car! David's shop was a mess, but the mess felt familiar. It was very David. Coming down here, I barely recognized the place. For starters, there's a goddamn gym. David hated exercise, always claimed he didn't have the time for it. Even when I got him that treadmill and the subscription for the personal coaching program with the scheduling subroutine, said he couldn't find the time. And then, even when I explained to him that the program accounted for that and adapted to his schedule, he still...
Morgan, what's up?
Huh?
You're smiling. What's so funny?
Nothing. Just surprised to see the place renovated.
Yeah, he actually had me on mail tag with a couple contractors a while back. Never thought I'd had to learn so much about concrete and wiring and marble. Did you know marble needs to be treated or else indoor air will start to corrode it?
I didn't know that. Is that true?
Wait, is it not? But her guy told me that without an epoxy finish, the entire bar table would...
Is that the vault over there, then?
Yeah, stands out, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Dot. Nervous?
What's that? Oh, a little, I guess. But the inhaler helps. Mostly, so...
Aren't you going to open it?
Open it? Don't you know the combination?
No, I do not know the combination to David's basement vault.
Oh. Oh. Oh, no, no. How could I have... He didn't tell you or give you a code or...
He gave me the code to get into the building. In the parking garage. But not the code to whatever this is.
Oh
no, Jess. Okay. You know, there were a lot of scattered papers back in his shop. Could he have left you a note on one of them?
Yes, he could have. He would have. In fact, I think he probably did. You just stay right here, Morgan. I'll have this settled in just a sec.
Sounds good. Are we gonna play escape room? What is this? Right, then. Well, it's definitely locked. Looks like it's a Tethy's basic structure, anti-hack, anti-digital, high-rated code panel. Bullying a girl, not cool culture. Bullying a girl, not cool, Morgan. Okay. Nothing basic about it, but at least I can see the password's limited to 6 characters. Only 1 million possible combinations. I gotta. Maybe I'll get lucky. Slim chances, but what the hell? Why shouldn't I give it a shot? Try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try his birthday, try my birthday. Nothing's happening. Okay, that was dumb. I don't really want to dwell on why I thought that could work. Yeah, that stupid voice in my head. Forget it. There's a different terminal over here. Cotter Security Systems. According to the label, maybe it controls the whole room. Damn, it's password protected too. And the code's 64 digits long? What's the point of a camera system that's harder to crack than your literal vault, you egg-headed... Okay, yeah. The programmer would probably care more about his IoT than whatever he can fit in the safety deposit box. Guess it's a 6-digit vault or nothing. But I'm a lawyer, not a lockpick. And whatever other felonies I get up to in my private time, I've never pulled off a bank heist before. The only tool I've got here is my head. So, what do I know? I know whatever David put in the safe, he wanted it kept secure. And I also know that he wanted me to have it. So maybe he thought ahead. Maybe he guarded it in such a way that I would be the only one who could get to it. David liked games, and he really liked beating me. So if he's left one last puzzle for me, I don't mind going another round. Yahoo! Okay. Oh wait, let me check this stuff first. Okay. Oh, London. Hello again. Homicide detective first class. Likes fall colors, morning air, dimples. Okay. Dislikes touch screens, cheap earbuds, white rum. Cats or dogs, both. Good at coming up with nicknames, bad at remembering birthdays. I feel like coming up with nicknames is debatable. Okay. Tethy's. Tethy's is the largest online shopping and consumer- Oh, yeah! Tethy's! I know that. Model employee. It's the largest online shopping and consumer shipping corporation on Earth, and a dominant economic force that frequently courts controversy by skirting monopoly and labor law in every nation in which it operates. And yes, we really do have everything for sale, so ditch this lame-o search engine and head over to our online store to find what you're really looking for, hot stuff. Not interested in sponsoring. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I like to think it was Penny there. Okay. Noble Electronics LLC, NBLE minus blah blah blah. Okay. Better known as Noble Electronics or simply Noble, is the fastest growing automated dependent corporation on the globe. Noble spent most of the 21st century chasing consumer tech trends like wearable smart UI interfaces. Is this the same as before? In the years since, Noble has secured approximately a third of the automated dependent industry. Recent foray into biomechanical androids was initially met with skepticism and pre-orders like okay. IoT, Internet of Things, which I think was also from last time too. Yes. Oh yes, and the crumbs. Okay. Meg. Derogatory slang for mega corporation or one of their employees. Oh. Meg is a derogatory and hateful term used to refer to so-called mega corporations or anyone who works for them. There are numerous unverified explanations for how the term originated. Some say it is a natural evolution from the slang word shark, which was used to refer to ruthless individuals or businessmen in the late 20th century. Others claim that Meg was originally short for Megan, a sort of archetypical individual that defended the contributions that corporations have made to society. Oh. Check out our auto-censor tools that will replace harmful words like Meg with family-friendly alternatives like job creator or patriot. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Anyway. Inspect. This must be his spare liquor cabinet. You mean liquor wall. This is not a cabinet. Damn, there's a lot of good stuff in here. And a lot of bottom shelves. And a lot of bottom shelf swill. The kind of bargain bin vodka and nose burner whiskey that only an undergrad programmer could love. Nostalgia sweet like that. Overpowering. 1 part per million can cover up even the cheapest aftertaste. David's wine collection. Oh, wow, right next to the... Okay. So this whole wall. Okay. David's wine collection still towering over the room. Don't know why he'd buy so many bottles. He didn't even particularly like the stuff. Maybe just to fill out all these shelves. But not all the bottles are untouched. Some of them don't have dust on them at all. There's a mechanism for retrieving bottles off the rack. The latest bottle chosen was a Murdu Camp 81. That'd be significant. Except vintages only list the year they were bottled, not the month or day. It's not enough digits for the code. Yeah. Just an open-ended cabinet. That's a wall. Did I say admire? Admire. It's a very big painting. And it's, impressionist? No. Cubicle. Cubist, which is still incorrect. The game itself was like, we're here to tell you that Morgan is wrong. Yeah, cubicle. That sounds right. It is not. Whatever its style, I do remember that David liked this painting. There was a date on it. Could be a 6-digit password, but I don't see one anywhere. Maybe signing your work was considered gauche among the cubicleists. I can't check out the car? Damn. Taking a closer look, this is a pretty serious looking set of resistance training equipment. And these weights, they're all set near the max. If Noble hadn't appointed him a nutritionist along with his stylist, David would be downright scrawny. There's no way he was putting up these numbers. In which case, the digits on weights could be a clue. But there's too many, and I can't guess the order. So, what the hell, Asher? Did you just set all the weights to max because it looked more neat? Anything else? Huh? Oh! Oh, I didn't even realize it's cracked. This flooring's a new addition. Looks rough like sandpaper, but it's bouncy, rubberized. Feels like something you'd drag your feet on at the gym, or on a factory floor. It's more high performance than high class. Expensive, but not in the way you'd expect for a penthouse. Well, scratch that. It's actually cracked here. Rubber doesn't break, it bends. That's the thing. So, someone must have cheaped out during the installation, left it defected. That, or David left a jackhammer on overnight. Alright, I've searched the whole room now. Time to make or break. Homegirl, hang on. Don't make her. Hey! Hey! Help. Wait, I can't. Oh. Okay, I know that's wrong. Hang on. Give me a second. I haven't looked over my stuff. Big blue painting. Showing results for Predator. Predator is an oil on canvas painting by the mid 21st century neo-abstract expressionist Mads Heistrup. Arguably his most well-known work, it was displayed in the Rulerheim Center de Art Modern for 9 months before Heistrup entered the premises on 11/25/58 and used a hunting knife to cut the singular massive canvas into 3 separate pieces. When asked for a comment, Heistrup replied, "My works are not complete until they have been signed." Oh. Maybe this? 11/25/58? Damn. Hang on. Wait, 11/25/58 was... hopefully I have infinite tries. Okay, hang on. So it said that he cut it up into 3 pieces, right? So they have been signed. I typed 56? Did I type 56 both times? Wait, hold on. 11/25/58. Okay. 11/25/58. Okay. Oh, I just typed it wrong. Okay, I thought like, because he cut it into 3 pieces, and I was like, oh no, is there another clue where it's like, and then the 3 pieces were organized in a very specific order, and then instead it's like 25/58/11 or something. Okay, never mind. No, it is just a date. All right, thank God. 11/25/58. The date the painting was signed. A password that is and isn't left in plain sight. Nice one.
Hey, Morgan, What? How did you get it to open? That's... What is that?
I turned back around just in time to see a door finish swinging open with mechanical grace, revealing a girl with a barcode emblazoned across her temple. Required by law to be plainly visible. It's an android, really marked as such. And yet, Even standing this close, I could swear it's...
Snoring?
I stepped forward and placed the back of my wrist on the android's brow. Warm.
It, it must be a prototype for the Anime 16. Or maybe a prototype for the 17 or 18?
A biomechanical android with real human flesh.
Sorry. Biomechanical, yes, but it's organic flesh, not human. They're grown from lax Gemini cultures, but the...
Sorry, I misspoke.
Right, understandable, since...
You seem surprised, Jess. Hasn't Noble been working on worm androids like this one for a few years now?
Worm androids like this one... I mean, yes, we have. Sorry, it's just that this particular model is very, it's very cutting edge.
Bleeding edge, judging by the flush in those cheeks. I think it's safe to say that we've found what we were looking for.
I think so too.
That presents a problem then.
Oh, do you not, approve?
I've got nothing against androids. My concern is a bit more immediate and, well, practical.
Practical?
How are we gonna leave the building with this thing? Oh, or that. I don't know how to turn it on.
Do you see a switch or something?
Do you?
Can we, turn it around or...
I poked the android's ribs. A little less give than I expected, given its frame, but the rigidity's remarkably lifelike. I place my hand on the shoulder and give it a shake. But it doesn't budge. This thing has to weigh more than...
Right. Androids mostly transport themselves, so people are always surprised to find out they're a bit heavier than they look.
A bit? I'm surprised the whole room isn't slanted. There's no way in hell we're moving this thing without waking it up.
Good crap. First of all, now this.
I was able to guess the combination just by poking around. Compared to that, finding this hunk of junk's power switch should be child's play. And I think I know where to start. Jess, I'm going to step back into the lab for a moment, alright?
Huh? Oh, sure. There's gotta be a manual around here.
Good idea. It might be some kind of prototype, but it's still got a barcode. Maybe you can scan its GIN number and find something in the company files.
Yeah, of course. All generic ID numbers should be paired with industry standard files on maintenance, tracking, power requirements.
I somehow doubt that the enigmatic android taking a catnap in a sarcophagus in David Asher's basement will have a user manual. But I can't hurt for her to try, and...
I'm okay. Broke a heel, but I'm okay. Carry glue.
I'd rather search the lab by myself. Oh, Jess. Now then, if I were David, and I wanted to make sure that only one person would be able to walk out of here with that android, how would I set that up? This is trash. Check. Haven't seen one since college, but this must be a 3D printer of some sort. Feels expensive enough to make other printers look like soda fountains by comparison. Better not mess with any of the settings. Examine. Diagrams of human anatomy. The hands are highlighted. The most developed part of the human body, good for making stone axes and sending emails. Robots and frames can do just fine with claws or 3-digit imitations. But androids are expected to look like people, and move like them too. Getting the hands right must be a big priority at Noble. That tree-like shape on the right is a neuron. Those branches receive input of varying weight, and then, if the sum is greater than a certain threshold, the neuron fires. A 0 becomes a 1, and all the other zeros around it take that into consideration. Repeat that a couple billion times a second, and you've got the human brain, a computer powerful enough to simulate all of reality. That's an analogy I read in a magazine, anyway. 3D printing artist, do you think I am rich? Looks like a fairly normal computer. If I'm lucky, the security will be fairly normal as well.
Boot up complete. Username?
Vocal commands. David Asher. Morgan. Guest.
Thank you for logging in as guest.
It didn't recognize my voice. I can probably rule out a vocal command being the key to waking the android.
Do you have a question?
More than one. For now, though, what should I search for on his computer? Search files for Android.
60,000 results and counting.
Yeah, okay. David would have a lot of files on Androids. I'll need to search smarter than that. Search files for basement.
812 results on the local drive. Should I expand the search?
Auditing how he renovated his basement could take all day. Search files for Morgan.
23 results on the local drive.
I can work with that. Mostly phone book and social data, but I don't recognize this file type. Some kind of personnel format? Date of birth, education, occupation, blood type, height, and weight? Alright, buddy, a little invasive, don't you think? DNA and fingerprints. Now, why do you have that, David? My DNA isn't in any database. I've made sure of that. So, he couldn't have bought this anywhere. He must have collected it himself from a wine glass or the like. It would have been easy to do. But why do it? A little weird there, David. Okay. This is DoorDash savings. What DoorDash savings? These appear to be holding tanks for something. How should I know? No labels on anything, typical for a genius, but a nightmare for anyone trying to pick up after him. It's a lot more hard science than I expected in here. Centrifuges and glass and microscopes. Don't programmers do all their work with a keyboard? Alright, I'm starting to get a pretty clear picture what it'll take to turn on this android. Well, I'm not, so. Okay, warm androids. Oh. Right, I think this is the same. Warm androids will require oxygen, water, and periodic organic sustenance in addition to wireless charging. Oh. Food? Need a refill? Warm android supplementals are available for purchase through the Noble Shop. If your warm android doesn't receive sufficiently frequent supplementals or is repeatedly deprived of water, they may shut down most functions in order to preserve emergency power. If this happens, you can regain access to your warm android once your order of supplementals have been confirmed as paid. Generic gin number. A generic identification number is a string of numerals typically encoded into a barcode that labels an automated dependent. Early on in the automated dependent industrial revolution, concerns about the lessening gap between man and machine led governments to pass laws mandating that all ads clearly identify themselves as such. Counteract rampant disinformation and identity theft campaigns. Manufacturers responded by stamping the GIN code onto android bodies, most commonly on the cheek, above the collarbone, or on the back of the hand. Some companies placed a GIN on the wrist, but this quickly incurred backlash. Concerns about automated dependents impersonating humans have dropped precipitously since then, and the Jinn has instead taken on new life as a cultural icon as powerful and easily recognizable as any corporation's logo. Shut down from if you don't buy a kibble from the company shop. I get well, yeah. I guess since it's partially a living thing, right? Most fake Jin barcodes, fins, are one of the most commonly requested tattoos. The vast majority of reputable parlors will draw a line through the barcode once finished to avoid breaking identity law, though there are some clients who care little about the consequences. MMA fighter Samli Paka infamously sports a Jin tattoo across his right knuckles and makes a show of signing a check to pay the fine for displaying a false Jin on an international broadcast every time he enters the ring. Okay. I've got the what. For the where and how, I'll just have to manage. It's still just a piece of machinery. If it really won't turn on, I can always start spinning it.
Morgan, there you are. I've looked in every registry I could find and every database I could get into, but don't think this android is in the system.
It was a long shot. Don't beat yourself up over it.
Yes, but an android without the proper identification is...
It's only buying or selling an android without proper identification that's illegal. And it doesn't seem like he ordered this online.
I guess you're right, huh?
We'll have it registered soon enough anyway. I think I figured out what we need to do here.
Oh?
If David really wanted me to have this, he would have left some way for me to turn it on.
What are you thinking?
David had my fingerprints and my DNA on file. By requiring both, he could be reasonably sure that no one was powering up this android without my approval. You've done a swab before, haven't you?
Every month, for the company. Apparently, they're building a database on employee epigenetics cross-reference with... What the fuck? Oh, so you're gonna...
What the fuck? My DNA and my fingerprint make the key. Now, where to find the lock? Can I get this wrong? Will I have consequences? I don't know. Did they ever mention lock? No consequences. Okay. Alright. Yeah, go for it. Find all the wrong answers for a prize. That's the one that she's the Harvard Kill. Yeah, London actually barges downstairs and says you've been taking too long. And then he figures out that Morgan's the heartbreak killing. The lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. Not the worst place to make a scan, even if it's gross placing my finger there. Ew.
Oh, that's... still not doing it, huh?
Come on, do I really need to push my finger deeper? Jiggle the key?
Oh man, you went right in there. You touching the tongue?
It's blinking at me. Oh wait, the moment. It worked! Oh my god. Morgan, long beat. Good morning to you too. Only the heartbreak killer would do that.
Cute.
Uh,
Hello? I've never seen you two before.
I guess we should introduce ourselves then.
Hi.
This is Jessica Starling. She works for Dr. Asher. I'm Morgan, a friend of his. Got all that?
I understand. She is Jessica Starling, and you are Morgan. Last name unknown?
No, Morgan is my last.
Father told me about you. Oh, he did? Wait. Father?
David. I had to call you Daddy. That is true. She does look like him, right? Oh, kind of. I thought David Asher had green hair, right? You're wearing gloves. How did that work? Maybe she took it off. Ours.
I'm referring to Dr. David Asher. Are you confused?
That's not the word I'd use. I'd throw a bone beyond the grave for the good doctor and just move this along. Did David say he was giving you to me, transferring ownership?
Ownership. That is correct.
And what else did...
Mostly correct.
Right. And what else did he tell you?
Many things. Can you specify?
I thought conversation was the first thing David figured out how to program.
Did Dr. Asher tell you anything that he wanted you to convey to Morgan? A message you were supposed to pass on. Yes.
Jess, I think it's trying to...
Oh, okay, sure. I'll give you to, I'll give you some privacy, Morgan. I've actually gotten about 14 messages in the last 2 minutes, so I'll just head back up to the lab and take some calls, okay?
Thanks, Jess.
Yes. Thank you, Jess. You're welcome.
Godspeed, Jess. Just the two of us now. So, what do I call you?
My name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you, Morgan.
Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. So, what's the message?
Father told me that I would be living with you from now on. And he told me that you would look after me.
Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Should it?
A model this lifelike, with warmth and breath, with something close to blood in its veins. Just, what are you, anyway? What are you?
You forgot my name already? It's Sarah.
What were you built for? You're warm, obviously. You're not one of those physical therapy models, are you?
That would be highly illegal. I haven't completed 500 hours of study at a state-approved massage therapy school. I haven't even completed 1 hour.
What purpose did Dr. Asher design you for?
I don't know the answer to that question.
You don't know why he built you?
No. Should I?
How can you not?
Do you?
Why would I be asking you if I did?
I mean, do you know why you were created? Why you were born?
Why? Why me? Why would you? Why are you doing this? You're a freak! A monster! What the hell's wrong with you? Please don't kill me, please. Why? Why? Why was a monster like you ever born? Guess I walked into that one. I was starting to wonder if you even had the Turing solution. Not the Turing test.
Father's framework for programming linguistics in artificial systems, and the body of work for which he first gained international recognition.
Yeah, and international jealousy.
Do you have an answer to my question? An answer as to why you were created, why you exist.
Occam's razor. I'm here because my parents wanted me.
I see. Then I will give you a similar answer. I was created because Father wanted to make me.
Can't argue with that logic, can I?
Can't argue with that logic. Father did say you were a lawyer.
Yeah, that's me.
You're a lawyer, and I defeated you with logic.
World-class, high-power attorney. The best defense money can buy.
So, do you catch criminals?
That's what cops do.
Do you litigate criminals?
That's what prosecutors do.
Then, do you fight for the underrepresented? Expose injustice? Sue corrupt corporations and officials?
I don't think anyone does that anymore.
Then, what do you do?
I'm a criminal defense attorney.
A defender of the innocent and powerless.
Uh-huh.
Do you also?
Now that you know all about me, what can you tell me about yourself?
I've never had to do that before.
First time for everything. How old are you?
I'm not sure I can give a satisfactory answer.
For two, answering simple questions. What's the date of your earliest memory?
2 years ago.
And where were you constructed or assembled or whatever? What facility?
I was not constructed at any facility. Father created me here, by himself.
You're saying if I took you apart, I wouldn't be able to find any markers for any manufacturers, any IDs of any designer?
You want to take me apart?
David was a programmer, not an engineer. How could he build a custom android from scratch in the comfort of his own home? Yeah, Sarah's hands on hips is such a good pose. He couldn't have. He must have had help. Probably a whole department's worth. If I ask around, there's gotta be someone in the company who can ID this thing and help me figure out what's so important about it. You don't look like any android I've ever seen. What are you made of?
This body is comprised of organic tissues integrated directly into cybernetic systems. They require organic nourishment, including water, carbohydrates, and salt.
Wait, warm androids have to eat and drink? It cannot be worth that much trouble.
My cybernetic systems operate largely as analogues to their equivalents in the human body. I have a respiratory system for oxygen exchange and a centrally located pump that circulates oxygen.
You mean you have a heart? How quaint. But where does all that extra weight come from?
Pardon?
I tried moving you earlier and it felt like I was pulling against a truck.
My skeleton is a combination of medical-grade plastics and a military-grade titanium carbide alloy.
That sure took the wind out of her sails.
My muscles are made of adaptive rare earth alloy nanoweave fiber with shock absorption and kinetic chain potential rated past.
Wait, did you say military grade?
I have a grip strength above 1,000 kilograms. I can run at sustained speeds over 60 kilometers per hour.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, isn't the gym stuff like the gym equipment for her?
I can jump 6 meters vertically. I can lift approximately...
I'm not sure what kind of grip strength most androids are walking around with, but I've never seen any of them move the way it's talking about. Even just standing there, it seems to be poised, controlled, spring tight, strength and flexibility, like a ballerina or a gymnast. Strong enough to flip over a tank, lifelike enough to avoid detection. As long as it never stepped on a scale, it'd make for the perfect infiltration unit. The perfect weapon, if you could keep its development a secret. Did David really put something that heavy on my plate? Dismantling a military prototype in secret?
Are you deep in thought?
But a military infiltration android would look more crew-cut and forgettable. And would David really devote personal time and effort just to make another weapon for the military?
I have other features I could tell you about, if you like.
If I shot you, would you die?
It would be very painful, and there would be a discharge of fluid, but conventional weapons would not prove particularly effective.
That settles it. This thing's a weapon. Sure as I.
Would you like to know about my hair?
Your hair?
I'm impressed you noticed. Each fiber contains miniaturized solar cell lattice technology, allowing me to remain charged throughout the daytime.
That must come in handy.
I haven't actually had the chance to use it yet. This room has ambient wires charging function. This room has ambient wireless charging functionality, and I haven't gone outside much.
Okay, maybe it's not a weapon after all. Did I say it? Okay. Herself. You're just a pincushion, aren't you?
I'm not familiar with the term. Searching.
Loading.
Pincushion, jargon, design, refers to prototypes filled with experimental technologies to check for compatibility issues.
Got an idea, not sure what to do with it, stick it in the pincushion. This is good an explanation for what I'm staring at. It's as good an explanation as any for what I'm staring at. A mishmash of state-of-the-art military features, spliced with odd new technologies and seemingly pointless additions. The end result being a singular, unsellable android that wasn't particularly good at anything and would break down after only a few years. Hello.
Pincushions are small but valid part of the field of Pincushions are a small but valid part of the field of android manufacturing. They are valuable to collectors who see them as time capsules filled with their designers' most outlandish ideas and least reproducible results.
But even the most nonsensical pincushions are built via committee over years, with numerous engineers and programmers adding in their pet functions. The android before me claims to have been built by one man.
What the fuck, Ars?
A man who's now... Seems we gotten off track there, Sarah. Was there anything else David told you to relate to me?
Besides that you were to look after me, he also told me that you were reliable and that I should trust you. He said that I was to listen to you and obey your instructions.
Finally some good news.
As you say, Adonai?
What's that?
Huh?
That word you just called me, what was that? Should I look this up? Did I say it?
Adonai, from classic Hebrew. Translated literally, it means my lord.
Adonai. Okay.
Do you prefer that I call you master?
No.
Very good, Adonai.
Why'd David use Hebrew, though?
Abrahamic myth tells of servants constructed out of earth and clay, designed to resemble and obey their masters. Golems. Father must have found the comparison appropriate.
Amusing, more likely. It's just a joke.
Father would not make light of such a thing.
Sure he would.
Perhaps we should ask him to clarify his reasoning for himself. Where is Father, by the way? Is he upstairs?
About that. When was the last time you were active?
38 hours ago.
Thursday night, then.
Correct.
Right. David Asher is dead. He died last night. Understand?
How... may I see him?
See him? No, I won't be able to see him. Funeral's probably not for a few days.
Father was not... he was not sick.
I don't feel like doing the whole song and dance with two robots in one day. That's very charming, but let's go on. Let's go to commands only.
What? Well, what happened? Did he have an accident?
Why is it still doing the theatrics? Does it not recognize my authority yet? The police have determined that he committed suicide. For the time being, we ought to focus on getting you properly registered. Maybe then you'll take commands the first time I say them, and not...
The police are wrong.
Excuse me?
They are wrong. Father did not commit suicide. He would never do such a thing. Father had... He told me...
Look, Sarah... I'm... sorry?
You're... sorry. Father said you were his friend. How are you so calm?
I've been around death a lot. So don't try to lecture me about grief, Spearmint.
My name is Sarah. You will use it because my father, Dr. David Asher, the greatest programmer in the world, gave it to me. And he did not kill himself.
Let's say you're right. David didn't commit suicide. If that's the case, the police will realize that soon enough.
The police have already made their determination. That's what you just said. Father said that you were a lawyer, that you were capable and reliable, and a friend. You should be looking into his death.
That's... Is that an order?
Of course not. It is a request, Adonai.
A request that I'll have to refuse. The police have their job, and I have mine. If I stick my nose into the investigation any further, they'll come down on me hard. Cops don't like lawyers on principle. But what they really hate are people who tell them how to do their job. Let's go. We need to...
Father asked you to look after me.
Yeah, he did. He also said you should obey me, but you don't seem quite as fixated on that part.
And he said something else. He said that you owed him a favor.
Ooh.
One favor.
The thin ice starts here, Spearmint. That was between him and me.
Father is gone, so now it is between you and I. And I am calling in the favor now.
What?
You don't have to take care of me anymore. Consider that request null and void. You can sell me to some collector, or you can donate me to a university. It doesn't matter. In exchange, you will provide Father. Oh fuck, you will prove Father didn't kill himself. And you will make sure that whoever hurt him is held accountable. Why are you laughing?
It's you and me, not you and I. You and me. David would roll over in his grave if he knew you'd gotten that wrong.
It was not my intention to amuse or rotate.
No, that's for damn sure. Fine, I'll take that deal, Sarah.
You mean you will prove that Father did not?
I mean, I'll look into it. I'm a lawyer. I don't prove anything. I just disprove what I can.
Then where do we start?
I didn't realize you had a law degree.
I do not have a law degree, but I am a fast learner.
This isn't a job interview.
And I am far from useless. I can...
The ad did raise at least one good question. Where do I start? I'm a defense attorney, not a police detective, and David was my friend, not my client. I won't be able to poke around at all, unless...
And I am also capable of...
Can you tell me a lie?
I am capable of making statements that are false.
Guess I'll have to do.
Are you going to ask me to lie?
Yes. To the police, in fact.
Lying to the police is a felony.
Andrews don't commit felonies, they make errors.
I see. What kind of error did you have in mind, Adonai?
We adopt a young girl. Yeah, right? Oh my god, Sarah, you're our Maya.
Are you sure about this?
You have questions too, don't you? Right now, I'm just a little better equipped to get answers than you are.
Okay, go for it. I'll make sure they're watching. Is the air quality at Noble headquarters kept up to state standards?
What's that?
All these Noble employees seem to have asthma. Was father also working under such poor conditions?
They don't have asthma.
Then why are they all carrying inhalers? Yes, ma'am. She's right over here.
Oh my, oh, hey, hi!
Ah, it's you. Oh, it's you. Did I mess up?
On the contrary. Eyes wide, she's a DA. Quiet. She succeeded spectacularly in getting Noble's ears perked up. Emma Rockford! Didn't think I'd run into you here.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be here either. But the powers that be think my presence what? But the power okay. But the powers that be think my presence sends a strong message to the Megs, so no, wait. What are you doing here?
A few minutes later. Flash grenade.
I see. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm not so sorry, I'm just sorry.
Thank you for saying that. And thank you, Detective Rios, for your many kind words.
Can't all be as talkative as you.
Normally, quoting poetry would feel pretentious, but you were so genuine in your reading.
Bite me. I don't know that there's a need for all that.
Very mature, Detective. Did you come up with that yourself?
Oh, no, that's Kaguya's signature pose.
Like the pop star?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You can admit it if you do.
Well, there's nothing to admit because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is.
Wait, now you're saying you don't know who Kaguya is? She's the most famous...
Yeah, well, I just don't know who that is, so... Ma'am! Weren't you about to say something? Oh, well, I'm still surprised to see you here now, Morgan. Are you helping plan the services? Actually, the company will be planning Dr. Ash's funeral service. Wouldn't his family want to take care of that?
No.
No. No. I see. Sorry. But if that's the case, why are you here, Morgan? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to disrupt your morning. Hey, you're here for the same reason as any other suit they've got crawling around. Money.
You're not wrong. There are a lot of annoying insects with annoying agendas scurrying around before my friend's body is even cold. But the honest truth is, I don't even know if David had a will.
The company helped him manage his estate. Legal is probably already on it. Actually, judging by how much coffee that intern is carrying into the elevator, I'm certain they are. Right, so if you're not here for the funeral or the reading of the will...
Miss Starling asked me to come here, actually, on a matter unrelated to David's passing.
An unrelated matter? That's convenient.
Isn't it? But now that I am here, it's come to my attention that the police have made a determination in the case of David's death.
And where did you hear that?
Am I mistaken?
No, you're right. They concluded that it was a suicide.
Can always count on her to be blunt. I was worried about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you must be feeling.
Because I'm going to have a contest that. Fuck, I can't read. Because I'm going to have to contest that charge.
What?
The state has made a charge. I'm arguing against it.
How are you talking about?
The police believe David committed suicide. Suicide is a felony in this country, Detective.
It is technically a crime to commit suicide, yes, but we're not in the habit of bringing dead men to trial. Especially not for their own murder, Morgan.
No, not to trial, of course not. But there would be a preliminary hearing in a case like this.
Technically, as a formality, assuming the courts aren't busy that day.
I'm afraid that on this occasion, I'm going to have to insist on formality.
Yeah, well, you really don't have much say in the matter, do you?
With David gone, I have the only say, really. I am, after all, his criminal attorney.
All that money and he needs his drinking buddy to be his attorney. Bullshit. I'm also skeptical, Morgan. It's a pretty serious conflict of interest to be your friend's defense attorney.
You're absolutely right. It is a conflict of interest. And I would have said as much to him if I had the chance.
What do you mean?
I only found out that he wanted me to be his attorney today.
After he died, how the hell did you miss that memo?
Embarrassing, isn't it? But to be fair, it was hidden pretty well.
Oh, I didn't know you had an Android, Morgan. It's cute.
Sarah. Thanks, but it's actually David's. It's technically my witness.
Witness to what? 38 hours ago, but that is, David Asher communicated to me as a matter of record the following explicit legal intent: that in the case of any and all criminal charges brought against him by the state, his attorney would be Evangeline Morgan.
Evangeline? No!
No, wait, seriously, your name's Evangeline? Did your parents name you after a Christmas carol? Should we all be curtsying?
It's not that funny.
No, of course not. Nothing to be embarrassed about, Evangeline. Or do your friends call you Angel?
I heard Kaguya's on tour, Detective. Should I get you tickets? You could have your dad drive you, like all the other 15-year-old.
Hey! Feels like we're getting off topic. What were we just... I was telling you that David Asher wanted her to be his criminal defense attorney.
Imagine my surprise. An android's recording of a verbal expression of oh, fuck.
An android's recording of a verbal expression of intent isn't exactly ironclad, Morgan.
That's fair. But if we were going before an upper level... And if we were going before an upper level court, I would expect that to be open to all kinds of scrutiny. But we're talking about a preliminary hearing. A formality, as you called it. If he asks for representation, he deserves representation. Doesn't matter whether he's dead or alive.
Am I missing something? What difference does it make? Not even an adjutant would be obtuse enough to sentence a dead man.
No, there wouldn't be a sentence, but the adjutant will render a verdict. And verdicts have consequences, even for the deceased.
Is that what this is about? What's she getting at? If the court agrees that this was a suicide, the verdict will retroactively affect evaluations of the individual's mental health. Like whether he was in the right mind or not?
You know anything about estate tax law, Detective?
No, but I'm sure you'll be happy to educate me.
More than happy. An individual found by a court to not be of sound mind can't very well give their consent to the lawyer drawing up their will. If his will is compromised, all of David's considerable assets would suddenly be thrown into legal limbo.
In which case, the state would be legally obligated to come in and pick up the pieces. So this is just about his money. I'm almost disappointed in you, Morgan. Well, when you take into consideration all the factors, it's actually more complicated than that. For example... Huh? Never mind.
No, Starling, you should speak your mind.
All I mean to say is that while Dr. Asher did have significant holdings in art, real estate, and intellectual property, he also, of course, owned a great deal of stock in numerous corporations, principally Noble. If he was ruled to not be of sound mind, and his shares were to end up acquired by the government, Noble would suffer a serious blow to its commercial image and its standing in the financial community.
All of which is to say, there's a great deal at stake here. Not the least of which is the reputation of a man whom I was proud to call my friend.
You're not buying this, are you? In case you haven't noticed, the city is working closely with Noble on this. And they're not gonna let you bring them any unwanted attention.
Onlookers. Starling did her part. They're watching, and they've stopped trying to hide it. From here on out, it's a gamble. Noble Electronics already has unwanted attention.
Why are you raising your voice?
If nothing changes, by the end of the day, the whole country's gonna hear how David Asher committed suicide. By midnight, there will be questions about his competency, concerns about why the brain inside every single Noble ad was built by an apparently unstable man. The shareholders will have nothing to do all Sunday but brood over that sad thought and all its disturbing implications. By the time the markets reopen on Monday, I would expect a great deal of yes.
That's so.
I understand Noble's apprehension, of course, Emma. I just feel like right now, the physically conservative thing to do would be to not get in my way.
So you've got your reasons, and Noble's got a lot to think about. But why should the district attorney's office devote valuable time to playing out this game of yours?
Because they're certain they'll win.
That goes without saying. The court should have an opening at 6 p.m.
I didn't have anything planned.
And it's a date. Detective, would you get her clearance? Detective, would you get her clearance set up?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Updates every hour, yeah? You're out on a limb, Morgan. Do not linger. Here. Clearance for all the relevant sites and police firewalls. You can interview and investigate with your authority as an officer of the court now. And there's a cat trying to get in my lap, but there is no room for you here.
Okay.
If you haven't already been doing that, don't even think about being sloppy with discovery on this. Rockford might think you're funny, but I
appreciate the warning, Detective Riaz. It's nice to know you care.
I live to serve.
And protect.
Ugh.
Thanks for the assist, darling.
Yeah, no sweat. Are all cops like that? Or are they more like that Detective London gentleman?
I don't know. Might as well, because I haven't in a while. Where's the option for neither of them? Emma's gone in bacteria. Ours, what the fuck? Cops. Most cops I've met are like London, yeah.
Courteous and polite and friendly?
Lazy. That's what I was thinking. Because there's so much what is it? There's like so much like tracking and cameras and security. I can't imagine the cops have too much like unsolved mysteries.
Oh. Right. Well, I'll see you at the courthouse tonight. If you need anything in the meantime, don't be afraid to ask. Good luck. Both of you. What do we do now?
Well, I have a few options. I have access to the crime scene now. Probably the best place to start. I'd like to head over to the company building as well.
To get me registered.
Among other things. Either David killed himself or he didn't. But if he did, it's almost certainly his asshole corporate overlords who are to blame. In which case, I'll want to take my sweet time raking them over the coals. What are you doing?
Nothing. What about Father? When can we see him?
He'll be at the morgue by now. The medical examiner will speak to me, now that I'm operating under the court's authority. But if I stop to flash paperwork at every nurse and security guard with nothing better to do than ask questions, I'll have to... What's that look for?
You were Father's friend.
Thank you again for reminding me.
Aren't there people you'd like to speak with? Other friends who'd want to know?
Bad news travels fast. I'm sure everyone in the country has heard about David by this point. But all that heartbreak shit did keep me pretty occupied these last few weeks, and I was never one to pry. If there was someone who could tell me more about David's personal life over the last several months, it'd be worth the effort of finding them. Do you have someone in mind? Maybe someone he met recently.
He spoke about becoming close with someone this year. A musician.
Now that you mention it, it was a PPO something that David might have mentioned when we talked back in...
I will begin a search. I've completed my search. I found nothing.
Thanks for just popping in, sorry. Thanks for the old college try. Is that really the best you can do?
Father was a private man, in prison and online. With just a few letters, and the fact that he was a musician, I'm afraid we don't have enough information to narrow down the results, Adonai.
No, we have plenty of information. We just need the right person for the job.
What kind of person is that?
Time, date, expunged. Precinct 112. Detainment room 001. Hang on, before we move on. I have a number of things that I have not looked at yet. Wow, it's Emma Rockford! This is all the same. Occupation, defense, not defense. Assistant district attorney. Likes milk tea, white noise, black lace. Dislikes artificial sweeteners, home remedies, ink stains. Reads true crime and Bodis Rippers. Not cool enough. Best at getting the staff's attention. Worst at deciding what to order. Enrias. Okay. Same occupation, homicide detective, third class. Likes chewing gum, sports drinks, biking. Dislikes babysitting, audiobooks, manspreading. Relaxed when shopping for groceries. Struggles with remembering lyrics. Default status, do not disturb. Okay, Turing solution, which I think was in our little dictionary last time. Postgraduate thesis of a body of work, which knows the answer. Wait, Turing solution named for supposing being the answer to all past, present, and future Turing tests. True to its name, David Asher's base code has yet to fail any Turing test, a test designed to determine if Even answers come from a human or a machine applicated. Oh. Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't put two and two solution together. I was just like, Turing solution. Yep, the thing made by David Asher did not think further. Oh, like a solution to the test. That's crazy. A number of think tanks, charities, and corporations hold bounties for designing new Turing tests for the sole purpose of running them against David Asher's work, though none of them have announced the awarding for any prize money thus far. Okay. Preliminary hearing. Uh, a court proceeding that evaluates whether there is sufficient evidence to go to trial. Preliminary hearing is a step in the criminal court process in which a judge or jury will evaluate whether there exists sufficient evidence to justify trial. Between security systems, personal devices, biomonitors, IoT crumbs, automated dependents, and mods, it is extremely rare in modern times for the people's evidence of a crime to be found lacking, making preliminary hearings somewhat of a formality that is frequently sidestepped without protest from the defense. Okay. Kaguya is the stage name of a singer-songwriter known for her powerful voice and her stage persona, intricately crafted lore. After releasing a blitz of chart-topping singles, a quadruple platinum album, and a bevy of cultural reset music videos in just the last 3 years, she has come to be considered the leading living figure in the pop music and popular culture realm. Kaguya's official age is listed as 1,086. Oh, wait, lore. Okay. She released her first single, Orbit, in 2083, which went on to peak at number 1 on the Billboard Top 100 and Rubicon Digital Singles Chart and the Knee 8 music video streaming tracker, making it one of the fastest selling singles in history. Personal details on the pop star remain scarce, and protecting her anonymity has become a core part of her fan culture. When a retired facial analysis expert claimed that her stage makeup was formulated specifically to make facial recognition on her impossible, a representative for her record company met with the press to clarify that she is simply a private person who wants her fans to enjoy the experience that is Kaguya's voice. Frequently search for Kaguya's lyrics, explain Kaguya's Kaguya's. Okay. Interesting. It reminded me of Otto. Inhaler. A drop. Low. High roll. Thank you. That is me. Oh, right, the inhalers. Okay. Adroxone inhalers. First legalized in 2083, the stimulant sold under the name Adroxone has since become one of the most widely used drugs in the corporate world as a Class 2 stimulant of least concern. Okay. Employees of any corporation in good standing with the Bureau of Narcotics Oversight can have access to Adroxone without a prescription so long as their HR representative feels it would be beneficial to their work performance. Workplace Adroxone, as it is sometimes called, is dispensed through biomonitor enhanced inhalers that automatically detect overdoses and keep track of possible habit formation. That's wild. Automatic safety levels may be adjusted at supervisor's discretion. Unsubstantiated claims that Adroxone was first invented as a purely recreational drug by the notoriously violent Skullhead Mafia caused enough of a stir that in 2083 a formal investigative committee was formed. Unfortunately, in 2084, an industrial hydrogen fuel accident resulted in the deaths of all 391 known Skullhead members, placing the investigation at an indefinite standstill. Doesn't really say what exactly it is. This is or like what exactly it does. What the fuck? You know? Like So like every time Jess seemed to use it, it would like calm her down in a way. So right. Or like kind of calm her down or like reorient her. Because like after she would take the inhaler, her sprite would be like the just like the standing man emoji. They all just have Adderall in there. It could be. I would honestly, I would believe it. Especially since they're talking about how it's being used in workplaces. Workplace Adderall. My corporate Adderall arrived. Okay. Anyway, yes. Precinct, detainment room 001. And who would you even have called? Oh, corporate Adderall.
I don't know. But I still should have gotten my phone call. Instead, I got you. Who are you again? My latest guardian? New foster parent? Want me to call you mommy?
I'm not really the motherly type.
Heyo, we might actually get along.
So I've got good news and bad news. I'm not your guardian, I'm your lawyer. You've been given a lawyer because you're being charged with a felony.
Ash's pigs. Skipping school's a felony now?
Hacking into a government database has been a felony for a very long time.
That wasn't me.
They have your keystrokes, your IP address, your login times, and the playlist you were listening to.
That was for a homework assignment.
Here's what I don't get. You got in, copied the data, could have gotten right out. State wouldn't even know they'd been robbed until they saw their passwords show up on black market clearance 2 weeks later. But you didn't get out. You stayed and made changes to their database. You robbed the bank, got clean money, then dragged a can of spray paint behind you all the way home. Why?
I didn't steal anything. I wasn't already compromised. And the only data I edited was my own. So, if anything, they should be thanking me for correcting their mistakes.
What? Did they get your birthday wrong?
My name.
Name changes are only 2 pages of paperwork. You just needed to fill out the form.
And get a signature from a parent or guardian. So, what's the good news then?
The good news was that I'm your lawyer, not your guardian.
The hell? That doesn't count as good news. That's just a thing you said.
Don't be so sure. A lawyer's a lot better than a guardian.
How's that?
Parents, guardians, foster whatevers, they're all supposed to take care of you because it's the right thing to do. A lawyer is someone who always does what's best for you, no matter what, because that's how they get paid.
So, how good are you at your job? Oh well.
Hello, Mon.
It's pronounced or.
I know how it's pronounced. I don't.
And don't call me that.
When I met Fran in that police station, I couldn't help but bet that I'd landed the jackpot. Valuable asset with a skill set complementary to my own personal and private pursuits. Someone who, after seeing that the sweetheart probation deal I managed to land for them, would be more than happy to help me with whatever I need, whenever I need it. Always so cold, Fran. I can't. No, I haven't. Always so cold, Fran. Can't I even get a good morning?
No such time.
Okay. Dog. Fran. Occupation student. Hacker, but don't put that down, obviously. Likes haptics, synth music, cinnamon toast. Dislikes teachers, politicians, adults, cops, alarm clocks. Values rarity, originality, history, vibes. Favorite subject, none. Worst subject, literature, social studies, athletics. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Give me a second.